Welcome to the Gary Abbott Budget Review Channel, Budget Watch Channel, Budget Review Watch Channel. Okay, I got that out of the way. I want to do this in two parts. One, I do have a new watch, a new San Martin watch that I want to talk about at the end. But I first wanted to address the AliExpress sale that's going on right now. I've seen a lot of videos, a lot of YouTubers that have shown a lot of watches, and I was tempted to do that, but I did not. I decided this time to reference my collection. I did the video on my collection back in January. I know it's June, but a lot of those watches that were in my first box are ones that I would recommend. I can show a little bit of that at the moment, but some of these watches, and they have changed for me in my first box. But if you go back to January, I do have quite a few what I will call inexpensive budget watches off AliExpress that go from about $150 down. I might have one or two, like a Proxima that costs over $200. I even want to caution you on that. The Proxima that I bought that cost in the mid-range of $200. Today, mid-range $200, but it's not the PT 5000 movement. They've changed it to the NH35 or 34. So I caution you, it's not the same watch. It's not as thin as the PT 5000. I've gone in phases. Let me tell you the two phases, and if you identify with any of these, this is what you're in. For about 3 years, I liked pretty shiny watches that had a different style. I would try different styles, and I would buy inexpensive watches. Then I progressed to a little more expensive in the $100 range, and I really was just looking at those styles that, like the C-Stern, that's a homage of a Proxima. Those are great watches. So watch that first box so you can kind of see what I at least consider better watches. Now I have second and third boxes that I rate them as well, but they're just not as high. So if you're into only buy from those other boxes if you like the style so much and it's not in the first box. So this year I progressed in such a way that from my last video, I really broke down and got the San Martin. And watch that video. This San Martin, $300, you can get it with a different strap, if you don't do the bracelet, for about $250 right now on AliExpress. This watch, even if you look at it, I can't tell you how vibrant this watch looks in the sunlight, in the reflections and the colors. I just can't. I've tried. I put it in that video. It's way above everything else that you can find here. Now, there are other brands now that, for less money, try to copy the style. It's just not, I don't think they're there. This is a case in which save your money and buy this watch. Get it in what size you want. The 42, 39, and 36, I believe. Get it in the size that fits you. You won't be disappointed with that watch. Just around $300. So I've progressed. I've also become kind of the movement. I didn't really check movement. Now, I had trouble in the early days with different movements, just plain Chinese movements. Some worked, some had problems, some needed adjustments. I was able to do it, but I would be cautious. Then I got into the NH34, 35. Those were great watches as far as the NH movement is good, but the thickness of the watch, the comfort of the watch and thickness matter. So when I bought this The when I bought the San Martin, it has a 9015 Miyota movement. It allows it to be a lot thinner of a watch. It really does. So if you're in the early stages of just buying budget watches to look good, but you don't want to spend over $200, I get it. Look at my first watch box. That's what I would recommend. Then, if you think you might spend over $200, you wait for a sale to save the $40, $50 on one of these more expensive watches. So then I bought this one, which is the SN0008 C. And it comes in different colors. I bought the blue. So I got this San Martin. It is probably priced right for those of you that are looking to get into a watch for the under $150 and you want to get into a San Martin. This is the watch. The SN0008 C. And I believe you can do it in black or blue. This is a 40 millimeter NH35, and it comes in at a thickness of 11.9. Now, NH35s, they usually are not that thin, but it does have a very flat face. It has a very flat profile, and it really does look good on my wrist. I took some shots outside. I'll plug those in here, but I took some shots outside, and it really does a really good job. So for half the price of this one, you can get a San Martin. This really is a good watch. 200 meters of water resistance. It's a great watch. And it really probably is why it shines on the marketplace of buying this watch. It really, for on the sale, under $150 US, this is an excellent watch. Now there's two things that it misses for me. This is just personal preference, but the slide glide lock, I wish it had that feature. I'm finding that, I have it set, I have it on my wrist correctly, and then if my wrist is not quite as big that day, the watch slides a little bit. Because they fit the NH35 in such a slim case, high marks for that. And for me, I'm usually not a fan of no date, but this watch really looks good even with no date. Many of you just like no dates, and this to me is the watch to buy on AliExpress. If you don't want to spend $300, but you only want to spend half, yeah, get this 0008 watch. You'll be happy. I'm now looking at the $300 watches that I'm looking for a steal. I'm probably looking only at Miyota movements, the glide lock clasp. Once you have one of those, you're not going to go back. And so I'm really looking at movements that are either Miyota or PT 5000 or SW 200. I'm going to kind of become a movement junkie. That also means I'm going to get a lower profile that fits nicer on the wrist. But I wanted to show you my latest San Martin, and I highly recommend it. $150, probably one of the least expensive San Martins you can get. You can go with the fancy, different colors, but you know what? I've seen all those new ones. Go with ones that are much more basic. I think for longevity, these are going to outlast wearing these over something like this. But again, I'm going to reference two videos. I'm going to reference my last one that compares all the San Martins before I got this one, and showing my collection for you to narrow it down. I know I have a couple of videos still to go. One is getting away from AliExpress and showing some of my other watches. Hope you like this video. Like and subscribe. It helps me out. Helps me know that you guys are watching my videos. Thanks for watching.